I just have this one right now, but I would actually prefer a wider one that I have in the salon. And then I just kind of brush them out. Take my texture spray and I just open up the curls. Spray a little bit. And then I'm just gonna finish off with a little bit of serum or oil. I got this one gifted to me from Japan. Shout out Sarah. And it's a organic botanical argan oil and honey. So I just use the littlest bit. Just put it in my ends to protect extensions. That's it. Hair is done. This style usually lasts me for about a week. Hello and welcome back. Today I'm going to do a little salon vlog for you today. I start work at 11, so I start a little bit later. So I went out and got myself some coffee and breakfast today from Timmy's. To the truth be told, we ran out of creamer at home and I just didn't feel like having black coffee this morning. So got myself coffee and I am just going to put on some YouTube. I think I'm going to watch a little bit of Hair by Lexi Dawn's old school YouTube videos just because they're cozy and inspiring. And then at the salon today, we have one client. I think we're doing a balayage and like a root touch-up and possibly a haircut. So I'll try and film as much of that as possible and just take you guys along the day with me. This is my first time doing my client's color, and she has a patch of gray around her hairline that she really wants me to blend out. Starting off with the L'Oreal's Metal Detox to remove any metal buildup from metals and minerals in our water, and then the K18 Molecular Repair Mist, which is just going to strengthen her hair for the bleach. And I'm mixing up 40 grams of Blonde Me with 60 grams of 20 Vol. I'm starting with 20 Vol because I do want to be able to lift her dark, almost black hair to a level 9. I'm keeping this transformation really blendy and very natural looking, sort of to mimic her grays, but still keeping a balayage effect. I'm adding a few really deep teases where I want to keep depth in her hair. It's super important to not over foil so that the foils that you do put in are able to pop. And I am just picking out the lighter blonde pieces and then coloring the darker ones so that we are avoiding overlapping. I'm moving along in a brick-laying pattern. Sometimes I'm teasing before weaving and other times I'll be weaving and then teasing. I honestly just do what feels right in the moment. Just angling my brush near the tease to blend it up, and that's what's gonna really ensure that we have a nice blend regardless of where we put the foils. The tease diffuses it, and then the feathering up diffuses it even more. I like to mix the bleach consistency 1 to 1.5, so that's why I mixed 40 grams of bleach and 60 grams of lightener, just to keep a nice thick consistency, but not too thick where I'm gonna get splotches. While I wait for my client's foils to process, I'll just be cleaning up some bowls that I used and keeping things nice and tidy around the salon. We got a pretty nice lift for a level 2 Asian hair, and I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm looking at the toners, and I was thinking to do a 9AI, which is an ash violet with a little bit of 9V. I'm rinsing out my client's foils, and I'm gonna wash her first with a K18 detox shampoo, which is a really gentle clarifying shampoo. Then I'll use the K18 repair mask treatment, and I'll leave that in her hair for 4 minutes while I brush her out before we tone. Take your time when brushing out a tease. It can seem really overwhelming and a little bit time consuming, so some tips are adding a little bit of detangler and making sure the hair is nice and wet, as well as using a good detangling brush like a wet brush or a tangle teaser. For her root melt, I'm mixing Oligochloric Gloss 3-0 mixed with 6-1 and a little bit of 1-1 to create a 5-1. And the ash is just going to help neutralize some of the warmth in the 3. And then for her toner, her mids to ends, I went with 9AI, which is an ash violet, and 9-1, which is a 9 ash. And this came out really pretty, but because she does have level 2 Asian hair, there is a lot of underlying warm pigments that live in the hair, and it usually takes more than one session to get a very clean, ashy lift on this type of hair. So I did end up going in with a second gloss of just 9-1 for an extra 10 minutes, and that absolutely killed the warmth in her hair and gave a really beautiful silvery ashy effect. For her root shadow, I'm just starting in the back with slightly diagonal forward sections and applying the root shadow 1 to 2 inches down and then brushing it through. I like to do diagonal back sections in the front just to give sort of a teardrop effect, keeping it nice and high near the hairline and a little bit deeper as it gets closer to the back. I've been liking doing my toners or glosses at the sink with a squeezy tube. I find it's just a lot faster, and I just really feel like a hairstylist when I'm doing this. Does anybody else feel that way? The Coloragloss toners work really quickly. They work between 3 and 20 minutes. However, when we're neutralizing, we do want to leave it on for closer to 10 minutes just so that it can really do its thing. And I left it on for 10 minutes, and then I glossed again with a 9-1 for 10 minutes. I think my toner moving forward would be a 9-1 with a little bit of 9V. Here's the finished result. It's super blended and ashy and very natural looking. This took me a total of 5.5 hours, and now I'm just cleaning up my station and cleaning up some areas in the salon like the color bar and mixing bowls, and I am done for the day. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let me know if you like this type of come to work with me salon vlog videos, and I'll try and get a few more recorded. Thanks again for watching.